welcome Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. My name is Deanna. I'm very happy to be back. If some of you have been following my other content and have been drawn back to the channel, welcome back. This is my second channel. I had one back in the day and it ran for about maybe 10 years ago. I think I started it, maybe a little long, yeah, about 10 years ago maybe. And then ran it for 7 years. And then when we moved, I didn't create more content. So that channel no longer exists. And so I thought, let's create another one. So we're back. So make sure, Cancer, that you hit subscribe, share with your friends. Let's build this channel because there's so many cool features now on these channels that were not available back in the day when I started my channel. So we get to do subscriber stuff, and later on probably some merch and things will open up. So let's get the subscribers out there and let's build this channel and make a really sweet community. I'm really excited about it. I'll probably be doing some teaching and other things too. So without further ado here, Cancer, because this is for whenever you see this video. So this will be for the next about 30-day kind of vibe for you. So know that when you see this, Cancer, this message is for you. Now, as always, I remind you that we are certainly, grounding ourselves and surrounding ourselves with this loving and healing white light, bringing forward the highest good and the highest light for yourself and everyone involved, asking for love, guidance, and healing for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. These are general readings here for you today, so just take what resonates. And you know what? If nothing does, let's send the love to the collective and for those that this message is for. And just ignore it, skip along if this isn't for you, and that's okay. If you would like your very own reading, please know, watch for scammers. Okay, that was a big issue with my last channel. People were taking my content and then contacting you. They were creating multiple channels. So this is my only channel here on YouTube for my tarot. So if you want to get a hold of me and book a reading, you have to reach out to me. I will not reach out to you ever, ever, ever. I don't ask for donations, none of that. If you want to reach out to me to book a session or do anything cool, go to deannabutcher.com. Okay, and that link is below. And then also on my main page there, you can access my website. But yes, that will be the only way. I won't ask for money, so please be careful online. Okay, Cancer, for the next 30 days, Sun, Moon, Rising. Today, guys, I was really drawn to using the Modern Witch Tarot and the Citadel Oracle. I think you're really going to like it. So I'll pop those links below as well for you to take a look at the decks and purchase if you'd like to. Add them to your collection. They're really cool. I think you'll like the Citadel one for sure, because most of you probably already have. If you're a collector of tarot, you probably already have this Modern Witch Tarot. Okay, you know what? I'm shuffling, waiting for answers to come out, and they don't want to start there, so okay. I will listen to what Spirit wants. All right, what do we need here for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising? Okay. Cancer. Your self-worth here is becoming very, very important. I think that you have been very imbalanced with that. There's been too much control. I think for how I'm kind of vibing with this, I do feel like you have been in a situation, maybe you've left it, or you're about to, or now you're recognizing patterns in relationships with people. This could be in the workplace, this could be within love, family, whatever dynamic, right? Just partnerships. I feel like you are right now being called to find your worth. It's very, 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 very important. I feel like we've been neglecting that. Meeting everybody's expectations here with this Witch card in reverse that we have. This talks about some experimentation and rebellion, but in reverse, I really feel like that there's been so restrained that you're not allowed to be who you are, and that people aren't meeting your expectations is really how I'm feeling with that. You're too giving. Like, we've got the merchant and the storyteller here as well. So this does feel like you're being called to make some big changes there in your partnerships and relationships. And maybe because I'm not seeing like it's just, and I mean, of course, this is, this is general reading. Um, but this could be you cleaning house altogether here, Cancer, because it's not like I'm seeing, okay, boyfriend, girlfriend's got to go, right? Maybe this is your work and your family and your relationships and your relationships with your kids if you're older, like all of these things. I think that there is an examination required of all relationships because balance is required. So when we give too much of ourselves, as you're very caring and loving individuals, but it's like when enough's enough, then it's an explosion of emotion, and I feel like you're at the brink of that explosion, and I think you can avoid the explosion is what I'm hearing. So try not to let yourself get to that point, Cancer. Don't let yourself get to the point where even you burn a bridge over this. Like, I feel like this is repairable. I think you just have to state, for some of the lighter situations with certain people, because I do see you actually cutting a lot of people out. But for the people that you can repair your relationship with, I feel like that will be like, look, this is overwhelming to me. Specifically if it's in the workplace, because if you really like your job, because I am feeling like I'm jiving with the work. So the work isn't terrible, but there's like a couple bad apples, right? And my apples are here in the car. So a couple of bad apples there that maybe make it excruciating to work there. And I think we've all worked in a place or two like that. But this is time to say, okay, maybe you've just been quiet. Maybe people don't realize how much you've been putting up with. And of course, if you want a raise, you have to ask for it. They don't just hand them out like they used to. You have to go and ask for it, or you will always be undervalued. So people just might not be aware of how you feel. So, you don't want to come into that as an explosion or threatening to quit or even quit a good thing if it can be repaired. So I think in that instance, like, coming to the table with, here's what I offer, here's how I've improved our workplace, here's what I've given to the team, here's what I do every day, and I feel like I need this compensation for it. Here's what other people, you're going to do your research, right? Here's what other people in my field are doing, and here's how much they are making. I think we can come to a common place here. Here's what I would like to see. I think you will get what you're asking for, and even in relationships, in the partnerships that are like, oh shit, I had no idea you felt that way. Like, this is just a need of communication for some of you, like for some of the people in your life. For others, like when it comes to those that are actually controlling you, like the closer relationships that are harder to pull from. So this might be in love, this might be with, your relationship with, family that are pulling too many strings here. Those people, I think you are going to be cutting out, Cancer, and that does feel like you're examining that maybe in the next 30 days. Because we're all on different timelines, maybe you've already done that, and so your next 30 days are going to be like, okay, this guy's got to go, right? Like, or I have to pull back, no more access to me. It seems like a big theme for you. Like, I'm not just giving anyone the key anymore. And even when I say that, you might actually have people in your life that maybe have a key to your home, can come and go as they please. So maybe this is, boyfriend, girlfriend, so maybe even family that just doesn't have boundaries. They just continue to push. So I feel like you take the key back. So, and I think that we come to reset some boundaries here. And I think that the people that are taking from you, the moment you put your foot down, Cancer, and say enough's enough, they're just going to say, fuck it, fine. And when they can't control you anymore, they'll be the ones to leave. Like, you're not even going to have to say, if you don't change, in X amount of days, or if I'm in the same place with you 6 months from now, like, nope, no ultimatums, Cancer. I almost said Capricorn, so maybe you're having to say this to a Capricorn. But regardless, I feel like even as I come to the decision, like even in your energy right now, I took that big sigh, and it's like, man, once I make my decision of how I want to handle this and who I want to be and who I want to be around and surround myself with and the things I want to achieve, like once I get that solid in my mind, oh, I feel so much better. Like, the moment when you're around toxic people and you cut that supply off or you set a boundary, they're going to be like, yeah, no, this is too much to handle. I would rather someone I can control. And you're not someone that can be controlled anymore. So that's going to be good. So keep your foot down, set that boundary, and don't let people test it. And if they are, stick to your guns. Like you said, no. You said, give me my key. You said, you can't come around here unannounced anymore. Stick to it, right? Hold that boundary. Because it might take 1 or 2 tries, and then they're going to be so fed up they'll be done. So, and I think that if your life is that miserable where people aren't respecting your boundaries, it's time to cut them out completely. Yeah. Ace of Swords, 7 of Cups. You will get everything that you want. You just have to be very clear on the messaging, right? So that's just an extra validation from the universe, right? We've got the Hierophant and the 9 of Wands in reverse. So you're going to be eating shit here for a little bit, but that wounded warrior, she keeps going. So it's not like the fight is completely over yet, but you're not, you're nearing the end, right? So I kind of even want to flip that around, and even with the Hierophant, like, you've needed to hear the message and get validation, to maybe even approval you've been searching for. It's like, am I doing the right thing? Is it okay that I want my boundaries up? Am I fair to ask for that? Like, there's almost this timidness coming into this moment, and it's like you're looking for the validation and the messages from God. Maybe you've been praying a lot. Maybe you've been trying to manifest and things just aren't coming through, and you're asking, well, when is this going to happen for me? When can I finally be happy? I think this is with this Hierophant energy, you do have the keys and the tools you need to succeed and get what you need. You have to tap into your higher self and find that self-worth and really lean into yourself. And when you feel aligned with that, and your thoughts are in alignment with your actions, and your actions are in alignment with your beliefs and your core values, and all of that kind of comes back into place for you, and you regain yourself, the rest is going to flow. That Ace of Swords, 7 of Cups, these are our cards of getting what you want. You just have to tell yourself you want it, believe it, tell the universe, pray for it, all of these things, because new beginnings can happen, and this is a time for you to really figure out what it is you want. And as I always remind folks, like with the 7 of Cups, when we see that energy, fill those cups for you. You're not making your decisions based on what's easier for other people or what other people expect of you, right? Maybe you have, and this could be part of it, like you've been so controlled here, and maybe part of this relationship dynamic has been, well, I want to take this job, but it's going to mean that I got to move. But they don't want me to take the job, or they don't want me to move. They don't want me to take on extra hours at work or whatever, or simply because they don't want you to be better, right? Because when you're better, you can't be controlled. So whatever the dynamic there is, I say, fuck it, get what you want. Make sure that when you are looking at that, you're saying, here's the position I want, here's how much I want to make, here's how much I need to make based on my, my expenses and the lifestyle that I want. Like, you're getting your shit together. And I don't feel like, and when I say that with love, because, when we talk about, not having our shit together, it's because there's just so much chaos going on, and you're trying to make everybody happy. You're trying to balance everything, and you can't. No one can. And so when you put yourself in alignment and put yourself first, then the expectations come, and then everything else is flowing, and then things are easier to manage. So, I think that that's going to feel good to you. I think that that's what you're going to really be drawn to in the next 30 days. So it does feel really good. Don't feel hopeless or like saddened by this. I think that this is very empowering for you, and this is a point and is a time where you can see this as an empowering moment. This isn't your world falling apart. It might feel that way, but that's the change, right? That's everything, all the things that need to be changed are falling by the wayside. They're leaving your existence in your timeline, right? They're dropping out one by one. It's supposed to, okay? It's supposed to. And that's why we find, like, I say this for everyone, but, even given your situation, like, things had to get this bad so you would change and allow the change and say, I've had enough. I'm worth this. I'm setting boundaries. This isn't okay anymore. Things had to get uncomfortable, or you would keep putting up with it. You'd keep managing it. You'd keep, being okay with how people talked to you and treated you and expected of you, and not saying no to things and whatever. You're burning yourself out. And with that 901s we had in reverse initially, they're burned out, and feeling like they are disempowered, but you're not. You are good. You are coming into alignment of this new phase, like many phases prior, right? You've done this before. You've come out ahead before. Do it again and keep pushing hard. And this time, get what you want for yourself. No sacrifices here. So I'm going to leave it at that there, Cancer, for you. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, for approximately the next 30 days. But that's the vibe we're feeling here for you right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to hit subscribe, like the video, comment below how this resonates with you. What are you going through right now? And share that experience. The more that we can grow this channel, then the more I'm able to help you. So I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Many, many blessings. Take care.